There is a real Biden, and then there's a lot of clones. It's just the way it is. If they're cloning, I mean, they announced cloning what? They cloned a sheep 20 years ago in Japan.
So basically, the federal government is defunct.
But it's operating.
But it's operating falsely. And until people realize that, well, this isn't really, there's nothing, I know, yeah, but there's nothing it's fake. And it's like, do I have to...
It's gone. It's not in Washington, D.C. anymore.
Do I have to bow down to this, to these rules, to these mandates?
Well, who runs the government?
No!
It's the separate agencies and departments that run the government. And they're the fourth wing, and they don't answer to the president. They don't answer to Congress. They don't answer to the Supreme Court. They are an agency unto themselves, which have taken over control of America. And not one president has challenged the FDA or the FTC. And what is the FDA doing? Holding 1,000 ships offshore to starve America to death.
Well, until the people wake up and say, I'm not going to put up with this, this is what's going to happen.
So when an FDA agent goes to the port, you just push them overboard, right? Until people have that kind of mentality, this is going to continue.
Yeah.
And Lucifer knows that the average guy is not going to murder the government employees. That they're going to bow to them and do exactly what they tell them to do, or the federal agencies are going to call the police and get them arrested. Because the federal agencies have massive amounts of power, and the cops are not going to counter that, because the mayors and the chiefs of police are there to run the drugs for the FBI, which distribute it, which bring the drugs in for the CIA. So they're deemed possessed. Most of the chiefs of police and most of the mayors are demon possessed. So if you violate the FDA rules, they will call their local police who aren't demon possessed, and they will arrest you. Probably kill you, or make you disappear forever if you count on one of these federal agencies. So we're ruled by Lucifer. We've been watching TV for too long, and I don't even want to go into who's ruling it, except Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook, not number 2 or number 3. He said, adrenochrome is the most interesting human experience I've ever had. In other words, he's a demon that came in and inhabited Zuckerberg. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, they're all bodies that are occupied by a demon. That's why they're worth so much. They just create money on a computer. Jeff Bezos says, give me $30 billion every year. The federal government gives him $30 billion. It's been going on for 30 years now. That's why Amazon is outpacing everybody else. FedEx, UPS, the
well,
U.S.
that's because that's the only place you can shop at.
They give them $30 billion a year.
All the little guys are going.
Little guys are going. Hey, this is total satanic takeover. It's easier to run 4 transportation agencies than 400. So they destroy the rest in court. The lawyers are possessed. Anyway, so that is our federal government. That is where we're at. We don't know where we're headed. Joe Biden is in charge, and he's issuing a lot of orders, and we got a lot of troops moving all over the world to create conflict again in especially the Idlib province, which is where the first major world conflict fought. Idan and Mari fought this First World War, and Maria won. And so now they want the last one to be in Idlib province in Syria. So that's why you hear so much about the Idlib province. Anyway.
It's a biblical thing.
It's a world history thing. Yeah, you fight the first major world conflict, you fight the last major world conflict, and call it a day. Bring about revelations and bring about the 6th root race. This is what the goal of Lucifer is. And to that I say, get lost. Get off my planet. And that's my prayer, as Lucifer takes his demons and all the aliens. Get off my planet. Like Medvedev said, when you become president, you get the dossier for the firecrackers, and you get the dossier on who is an alien. And he said, you wouldn't believe the number of aliens on this planet.
Boy, he shut that up after that, didn't he?
He got kind of, all of a sudden, a different eye color.
Well,
Medvedev took office.
they let him have it.
Yeah, dog food.